All rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I will make a motion to accept the select board meetings from October 14th as amended. All in favor? I'll make a motion to accept the October 21 meeting notes. All in favor?
I don't know if that was out of that one or not. Well,
Yeah, October 21st. Yeah, he was here.
yeah, that was.
Says he was here.
Yeah, I think that was hot date night.
Oh, good. He was all slick back.
Oh, that's right, yeah. We do that every once in a while.
Okay, did you guys get an opportunity to read the Community Resilience Committee minutes? Well, we did the workshop.
Minutes was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to hear from that? So, yeah. So I'll make a motion to accept those. Oh, good. All right. Then you already signed that. All right, whether it's vehicle next.
That's messed up.
Oh, you must have like sign. That is signed. And make a motion for the select, the elected officials workshop. Let's talk about the warrant articles.
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah, so that's those two signed. Okay, this we need some signatures in and amongst those folders. Yep. When what do you want me to do with the sign stuff?
Make a pile, you know. I can-
P, did the guy ever get back on this?
Yeah, they'll be here in 2 weeks.
The ADA update for the town, we got the contract coming in to fix that door, reverse it so that we're good to go. And December will be the flooring in here, so the threshold will all be good to go. And I think that's about all that we're needed to be fully ADA updated. So. Okay, I would like to make a motion to dissolve, disband the playground committee.
Second.
Any discussion?
No, they're doing a fine job.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Oh, they're definitely ahead.
Yes, it is. Yeah. All in favor? Thank you, folks.
Right, thank you very much.
I noticed in some minutes that the safety and health officer would like to have a chat with the select board about the playground.
It's not necessarily about the playground, it's paperwork involved in the inspections thereof.
Okay.
It's no big thing, to be honest with you. I will just. The inspection is done and done well. There's been 3 done now. And what the idea was that I was then going to take those sheets, make some notes from them and indicate if was anything necessary to be done or whatever, and make sure it was passed on to you. Quite honestly, I think that's a bit much to get the information to you. The people that are doing the inspections are the ones who are writing the notes and seeing the stuff, and they are just as capable as discussing or sending you an indication that there is a major issue out there that needs correcting. I would like to make sure that the inspections are being done by simply using a checkoff sheet. There was one done on the 5th, there was one on the 17th, there was one that thing, rather than that big sheet that I've got that I have to keep running into giving to Patty. It's a lot of rewriting the same thing that I just took off the sheet that Michelle wrote.
Yeah.
It's really no big thing. The inspections that have been done, I accompanied Willie on the first one. They're thoroughly done, and it gives me an opportunity to get out there and see that place. And I kid you not, it's a crowd up there every damn day. It's cold and the kids are running around like it's the middle of July and everybody's having a good time. I've had people tell me that it's one of the finest examples of a playground that they have come across. So, hell of a good job has been done, and we should be proud of it. And I would, for one, I'm going to try to make damn sure that it gets looked after over a period of time. Oh, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get that photo. But I can't get public work picking up and taking them in the night noise.
So if you want to actually, can you let Patty know? You want to sit down with Patty and go over the changes?
Yes.
That just have Patty make the appropriate changes to the policy, and then you just vote on it. Mr. Linneberg.
Just on, at the voting day, communication committee, Alice Fitzgerald, the chairwoman, set up, information for the, people that subscribe to the website for notifications, so, we did that, and, also, we set up some out-of-town brochures for people from the out-of-town agencies that provide assistance to the town. The clerks said that the best hours to be there, busiest, were from 8 to 10 and from 4 to 7. Lynn provided the information for getting on the website, and she said it's a flyer, and when it probably will be a flyer. One of the most frequent things that people took off the table was the list of what you can recycle at the transfer station, and also the transfer sticker form that they had for getting a sticker, and some of them mentioned that you know, I guess there's yellow stickers for temporary now until full one, that one's been in. Also, some people took the communication form, you know, making recommendations, whatever suggestions. I said, yeah, you know, selectmen look forward to them, but try to keep them without any negativity, you know, whatever. Just make them positive if you can. And few people asked why the attendants at the transfer station couldn't accept the returnables anymore. And we said probably, well, somebody brought it up to the selectmen had to check with the lawyer, as far as I know, and the lawyer, you know, suggested that it's town property, I guess, once it lands on the dump, and no protocol's been set for them to take it. I mean, that's the best I could offer for information. You know, it's nobody's fault, it's just the way protocol is.
Well, it wasn't a protocol, so everybody here is clear. This was all done in public meeting. The select board was brought forth, and I showed it to everybody, that it was an illegal act that was happening down there. So we had to act accordingly.
Yeah.
We did reach out to the town's attorney, received 2 emails in response. And at that point, it was that's an illegal act, it stops immediately.
All right,
So essentially, if you just break it down information wise, a taxpayer brought forth to the select board that an illegal action was happening. And we stopped the illegal action from happening any further from that date forward.
all right, wasn't a split issue, I knew
No,
that.
not at all.
No.
No.
And just doing what we suggested, and some of the other interests were people had interest in the community concept program that were offered, you know, to people, Camp Susan Davis, where people have children who might have emotional problems, something.
Didn't we send, didn't three of our kids?
Uh,
Is anyone from the budget committee here? Did we, last year, did we have three kids go to that, Joe?
So,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, that's one.
and somebody looked into it, found out they're working.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a really, really, really good book.
yeah, if you read the brochures,
Yeah.
stories, and it's real good. And also there was some Medicare information there that people picked up. And on the adult daycare, it's in,
Good follow up.
communication committee. Happens, present, and what. Give them at the meeting, at the table.
Sweet.
The other thing was, there was a delivery of topsoil. Which probably, and this isn't a communication, this is my just observation, probably wasn't the right day to have it delivered, one of the busiest days at the town office. You know, maybe a different day or whatever. Just, you know, just an observation, I mean, could have been delivered the day after, you know.
What are you talking about?
Well, there was topsoil delivered for the sign,
Oh,
yeah,
well,
I mean,
one
I'm just
thing,
saying, you know.
one thing you gotta admit, Vinny, is when's the best time? You know, when you can get it.
Well,
So,
I
you
just
know.
thought, it's the busiest day for the town office.
So if the dump truck showed up, I take it and just dumped it and left?
Yeah.
So that was a hold-
Yeah,
that was a holdup?
went around, did 2 dumps and, yeah, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to criticize anything, do anything negative, but just making a suggestion that, you know. Try to, maybe, you know, it's a safety issue in a way. And the other thing was, I guess it was being back dragged at night from 4:30 to 6 in the dark. And it could have been probably, and there was no, you know, safety cones around or anything to do things at night. So to me, it was a safety issue, but I don't think anybody should go to jail for it. I mean, I just, everybody, you know, there's a lot of enthusiasm to get things done and sometimes things are overlooked, that's all. But just to, like, yeah, I mean, I know it was the public works doing it, because they're aware of the safety issues, they should have cones out when they're working. And they probably wouldn't work at night and unless there's an emergency, so. Anyway, that's just some observation. Because, you know, it's been brought up about the legal fees getting high in town, I hate to see an accident and. You know, the insurance issues we're having and all that, so, yeah. So, yeah, just some positive feedback, that's all.
I don't know how that's positive feedback. They're his observations. I don't care what he calls them, he's complaining. It was me who arranged for the topsoil to be dumped. It didn't interfere with anybody. They dumped half on one side, half on the other. The next day, we went out there and we spread it. Does it matter what time it was? Were there any cars? Was there any problem whatsoever with what was going on? He brings up that it was a safety issue. It wasn't a safety issue. Nobody was jeopardized by doing it. And again, it's just an observation, but that's baloney. He's complaining about it, and when he can, he'll complain about anything and disguise it as just an observation. Baloney.
Right. The back dragging was actually done between 4:30 and 6 at night on voting day, okay? My thing is, it shouldn't be done at night, and there was no, and it had to be back dragged towards Main Street, of course, and around. First of all, and including, I mean, why is a private citizen using town equipment to do something like that when they don't have the training for,
What town equipment?
what was the new tractor? The new tractor for the
It's a recreation track.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, and the insurance company,
How do you know what training I have?
well, that's not. Sure,
I've seen it.
Commission authorized.
That's different. I'm not a town vic. I'm a
Well,
volunteer.
Hold up, guys.
Yeah.
First off, if you have a problem with that gentleman right there, using that piece of equipment, I authorized it. That's on me.
Uh-huh.
No problem at all. But I do want to say this. The amount of volunteerism that happens in this town is exceptional, to say the least. There's a lot of volunteer stuff that goes on, that people are spending their time, they're volunteering to do it. And in some cases, their own money to do this. And I greatly appreciate.
Well, I don't have a problem with volunteers. I appreciate all the committees, planning boards, and all of them, believe me. And Joe's work, he's not here. I'm just bringing up a safety issue. That having something done at night, you know, in the dark, traffic going by on Main Street on voting day, that's all. I'm not saying it's because of Joe. Anybody could have been out there doing it, you know? I mean, if they were with enthusiasm to get the job done. And then I think in the future, it just should be noticed that when people do stuff and using the town equipment, they should take into consideration the time of day and everything else. That's all. I mean, yeah, I appreciate volunteers. That's, I mean, the Public Works, they do a great job with the safety when they're working on the roads, so.
Bill,
Thank you. I have no idea from the same outfit that we're talking about that does all the stuff that's going on out there. But I was invited to and attended a meeting, a discussion with one of the gentlemen from the construction outfit, as well as Joe was there, Willie was there, and they talked mostly about how they were going to do the roof. And what we were doing is leaning up against the fence to the playground. And there was all kinds of kids there running around. I was apprehensive that they're gonna come in with all these trucks, the way they were describing it, and they were gonna be doing stuff right over there. And there's gonna be all these little kids running from the cars to get into the gate to go into the playground. We discussed the safety issue with that guy. And the next day, I went down there, not once, not twice, but 3 times. I was surrounding them, spying on them. They had their trucks positioned so that the cars that came in to use the playground must go over here. They had it combed up so that the kids couldn't get anywhere near the stuff over there where they were working. It was very well planned and executed and safe for the kids. Now, I have no idea if it's the same outfit, but the people that we talked to that evening, when they showed up and did it, they stayed well within the limits of safety. And I was there, not once, not twice, 3 times. So
I've driven by and I've seen, you know, like you said, they blocked off, and, you know, maybe you're a bit professional, so it's a job.
and the town will get a bill for 2 gallons of gas that I burned going around the building.
So give me a rubber hose.
all right. Miss Willetts.
Yes. First, let me apologize to this board because I'm addressing an issue that happened when one member was sitting on the board. He was brand new. Back in 2020, I paid my taxes and they were taken from my TD Bank account in December. December 6th, I had the checks, copies of. And then in July, without my permission, they deposited those checks for a second time. And I was notified by a letter that was sent by the town treasurer, which was a copy of an audit at Bangor Savings Bank that stated that they had, my checks had been redeposited in July. This was, I believe, in October when I got it.
Yep, October 12th.
Okay, I came to the town and asked for a check for reimbursement. And I was told by the chair at that time, it was my problem, call my bank. So I did. And after I got the answers from the bank and from the Maine Banking Association and from the Federal Banking Association, I presented a whole booklet with all the documentation and everything, asking for at that time, I wanted the amount and I wanted interest. Because when you fill a loan, you pay interest. And the town, like, not only for me, but according to the chairman at that time, at least 20 other members of the town of Brownfield had their checks redeposited. I know of two, because one was my sister, and one was a very good friend. But I was told again that they didn't have time to look at it, they didn't have time to see me, and that was it. I am sitting here almost 5 years later. I have no interest, no compounded interest, no late payments. And yet I get charged interest for every day I'm late on my taxes. And I'm sure when I go in to pay them Thursday, when I'm still here, I will get 4 or 5 days. I don't care. I will pay my interest. I resent having my property have liens put on it when the town owes me interest. So I would like you gentlemen, if you can locate it, there should be at least one copy which went to the person who is then acting as selectman assistant. And to further the problem, about 3 months after that, I'm not sure of the exact date, I got a deposit from TD Bank into the account, my account, that looked like it matched one of the checks that had been duplicated. So I went in and told them that very day, so they should have been able to call the bank and turn it around. That's what one of the state banking officers said. If it was an immediate thing, they could normally call and have it recalled. I got no further information until I was sitting at home, and a friend of mine who was at the selectmen's meeting at that time and called, Cindy, they just read a letter with your name in it owing money to the town. I was not notified that the letter was going to be read. I didn't get a copy of the letter till the next day, and yet it was in public purview.
What letter?
It's not.
What letter are you referring to?
It was a letter from John Hicks
Oh,
asking me for the money,
I-
as I said. But it wasn't written by John. I've read John's letter. It was edited and corrected. And first of all, if you're going to mention my name and money at town, or anybody's name and money, a question of owing money at town, you cannot do that without notifying them that. I was not notified. So if you cannot find one of the, and it's a big thing because it's got letters from the Maine Banking Association, that copies of the checks, copy of the postal emails back and forth to TD Bank trying to get the money. And I actually wrote out an amortization table. What they owed me by the time I turned it in. Yeah.
Okay, so my question is to you, you were refunded,
I was refunded to the penny they took out.
hang on, let me finish, The town cut you a check for $395.
No, the town did not cut me a check for $395. It cut me one check for the total tax check.
1871, correct?
Yes.
So you received the 1871, and then TD Bank reversed one of two checks. Deposit. Well,
And I'm sure Bangor Savings did because they must have, somebody put it in their bank. It's one of those, we can't get there from there on the electronics. I don't know what's wrong with them. But
okay, so we got the check 40373 for the 1871.77. And then we have check for TD Bank was deposited twice, $395 for Sue Reed. Town of Brownfield has received a chargeback of $395 from your bank on 5/2/23, TD Bank reference number 34191000292. This is one of your checks that have been deposited twice. The town of Brownfield reimbursed you for this check on 3/15/23. Check number 40373, which was cashed on 3/22/2023. Wow. Right, well, the 22nd, it would show on our bank. It takes a day for things to post. So well, hang on. This is a letter that you received from Wanda Bartlett.
it's not in my file and I'm pretty.
Wanda Bartlett.
May 17th, 2023. Wonderful.
No. The only notification I received from Wanda was the copy of the notification she got from Bangor Savings.
Okay, so we have a letter here from you to town of Brownfield, dated 8 October of 23. I'll be glad to pay the interest as soon as the town pays the interest due to me in the amount of $116.76 for the two checks totaling $1871.77. Right?
And I
The second outstanding, well, hang on. In your own letter, the second outstanding issue is a deposit of $395 to my TD account by Bangor Savings. I notified the treasurer of this on 9 May 23 as I checked my account on Monday, 8 May 23, and suggested she call Bangor Savings to recall the draft. Approximately 6 weeks later, as the money was still in the account, I asked my branch manager at TD Bank to see if they could send it back. TD Bank corporate office explained that they had no way to ensure it went back to where it belonged. As of 8 October 2023, these funds are still sitting in the TD Bank account. I am not collecting interest on the account. It is just an annoyance. So, in your own words, you got the money back, the $395. You were cut a check for the total of $1871.77 to the town. The town cut it to you. Right. We can't pull it. No, ma'am, but we can't pull it. The bank will not allow us. Katie Ross, Bangor Savings. Hi, Lynn. Sorry for the delay in getting back to you as I had to ask for another pair of eyes to look at this with me. Unfortunately, there is not much we can do. The other bank was able to reverse the check because it had been deposited a second time. We cannot return the check to the town. That's from your. What I'm trying to establish here is the mistake that was made was reconciled. So hold on. Let me finish. You got the 1871 back. And I personally don't have a problem with giving you your interest, but you owe us $395. So let's take that out. Take your interest off of that and cut me a check.
And that runs to today. At 7%, that's.
Well, I'd like to ask the 7%. Where did the 7% come from?
Absolutely.
That was 4%. Current town warrant is 4%.
Official loanee.
Um,
So if I want to say 29%, I could
okay,
say 20%, $20 every month not paid as a late fee. And
okay.
that's
All right.
the thing still, I'm not. I was at 7% per month.
I'll tell you what. Well, it is per year amortization table.
Chart.
Yeah,
It is just put out monthly. There is no compounding on it. The numbers do not go up, they go down on the principal.
yeah, I understand what an amortization table is.
The principal by the amount of the principal not paid.
So let me ask you this, flat out. Lynn cut you a check for 116.76 tomorrow morning.
I will bring her a check for $396.
Give her that.
Sure. Whatever you want. I will bring it to you
Because we're gonna let it be.
on Thursday when I come in to pay my taxes. And the liens better be off my property on Thursday.
Ma'am, I want to stress this to you right now. Now, your taxes paid to current.
My taxes will be paid on.
That's not the question I asked you, ma'am. The question I asked you. Are your taxes paid to current? That's a yes or no answer.
No.
Okay, so you can demand that liens be removed. The liens will not be removed until the taxes are. Simple as that.
So they will be removed on Thursday.
Well, whenever you pay them. Whenever you pay the taxes. I mean, I don't control that. But in any circumstance, any taxpayer comes in here that has a lien on their property, they come in and they pay their taxes. The lien gets removed, correct? Pretty straightforward process.
Yes, when
These taxes are due.
the payment is made, a lien form prints out, lien release prints out, we sign it, we mail it into the registry of deeds, and it takes about a week
Perfect.
to hit the
So they would
registry of
been
deeds.
done that I can pay the taxes. I would check for everything.
Oh, yeah.
But this one, and that was before the 15th of November.
Oh, yeah, if there was, if you paid a lien already, then yes, it would have been sent to the registry of deeds, yes.
And we can't control when they do that. Has nothing to do with the tax. That's on their time, but we can't know what we answer. Sure.
Why do you think that nothing was done for the other 20 members of this community to whom you also owe interest for holding their money for almost 2 years?
Okay, so, you want me to address that? Okay, I mean this in no derogatory manner whatsoever. You were the only one out of the 21 people that didn't say, oh my God, I didn't know that. Thank you. We're good. They took tax credits. They were all good with it. No one else has come in and had the demands that you've had.
Well,
So
how many other people actually came to that board and asked for their money back because it hasn't been returned?
I don't know. I wasn't here. You're asking me a question that I cannot answer. I was not here. I was not present. I didn't answer the question. I wasn't even here to know that question was posed at the time. So asking me that question, I can't.
Frank was there.
I don't recall anyone.
So.
So you're just going to ignore it and say they don't get interest because. it
Okay,
isn't-
well, let me get this straight with you, Ms. Willis. Okay. If you're here on the behalf of another set of other, no, let me finish. I let you finish, ma'am. Please afford me that opportunity. If you're here speaking on other taxpayers' behalf, then give me their names. We'll take them down. And the board and the treasurer will have a discussion. If you are not here speaking on behalf of any other of the other taxpayers, the other 20 of the 21, then this is a moot point because you are not their personal representative. If they want to come in and they want to talk to us about it, so be it. They have every right, the same rights that you have. Come in. We had this discussion. Tomorrow you're getting a check for $116.76. If they want to come in and talk about it, so be it. But until they do, I am not going to discuss it with you because it has no pertinence to what's going on.
I am not representing anybody else. But I do feel that I have a right to ask you why you are not paying those persons interest to.
So then I'm gonna throw this back at you. You stood here and when you first spoke to us, saying that it was wrong of your name and a letter to be read publicly about monies owed. Would you agree with that
Yes.
statement? Okay, so what's the difference? This is a tomato type of thing.
Except there were 20 people.
Yep. If those people, if those people so feel compelled to come in, please do. And we'll handle it case by case basis. No problem. But for you asking me if I'm gonna address this, no, I'm not. If they want that, come in. As they can see, no problem. This isn't a cut the check. It's good to go.
It's not good.
Well,
It's my final word. It's not good. Just because I had the guts to face the selectmen doesn't mean they ever shouldn't proceed.
Nobody told them they couldn't come in.
yep.
Right, they pretty much did when they spoke to me.
Right.
Wasn't us.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. And I don't expect the town to correct it. We went through a lot of steps to get it corrected. And that's the part that I respect. I don't need the interest. And I have a banking background, so I'm well aware of all the process that takes place. But I'm not going to go after the town with that because it was a previous person in charge of the finances.
Shouldn't that have been addressed at that time when it happened?
I'm sorry.
Did the select board not do anything, or the previous treasurer didn't do anything that time when it all,
No,
did you?
no, no.
So we're 5 years later.
No, we're not. When it was identified what had happened, once the identification happened, it was 2 weeks and letters went out. Once it was identified. All right, so,
People were notified.
yes, they were.
Well, that's
We have the list of people that were notified. And as I stated earlier, this young lady to my left is the one that contacted those people and dealt with those people. And 99% of them were like, thank you for identifying that. We didn't even notice it.
it's a limit.
So the problem was handled. And 5 years. All right. That's ridiculous. All right. Or select. Around valuations. This. Well, why do we have a bid for transfer station roof repair? I thought Common Incinerator was taking care of that.
I don't
They're the
know.
ones that hit the roof.
Yeah, they hit the roof and I knew they were paying for it. I didn't know if they were fixing it or
Oh, I hear you.
contract to fix it. I'm not sure.
That's what they did last time.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Can you reach out to Cliff? Ask him what the deal is. So this is actually a bid. So, let's put this until we know. I really, last time Common Center took care of it, so. So let's see about that. Okay. Okay, well, the only. Okay, Atlantic Valuation Service, fellas, assessors, the assessors, this is their contract. So, we've already, essentially, this is just a paperwork thing.
Yeah.
The second July 1st happens and the taxpayers have funded that. We are legally covered, but a couple of the taxpayers will be like, "Oh, where's the contract?" So, you guys good with me signing this? All right, so, as you gentlemen remember, there was kind of a little bit of an uproar about the tax bills this year. I appreciate the treasurer giving us our revenue report, and also 98% of the tax bills for the first 11/15/2025 pay has been paid to the town, 2.1248439.5. So we're rocking, folks. 98% of the taxes have been paid.
Nobody's gonna vote pay the taxes, like 2%. I'm not going 2%.
And that's as of today. Revenue share, July 26,488, August 26,30, September 21,605, and October 27,685. That's revenue share for a total so far this fiscal year, 96,409.81. Homestead exemptions of 121,971. Tree growth 55,417. GA 699.66, and veterans discount 773. So, as I was saying, there was a to do here in a selectmen's meeting about the assessors, and they're not working in the best interest of the taxpayers, and they're wrong, and they're just throwing numbers out there. And we did put out there that the state for 2026 has already sent notification in September of this year to the town. Average home sales 381. So Maine Revenue Service, the state is already looking for 26's assessment, which is done for April. Okay. And in that whole discussion, it was brought up about the assessors not working in the best interest of the town, and a bunch of other nonsense, honestly. But I'd like to ask you gentlemen and yourself, ma'am. Do you think we ought to put an RFP out for the assessing department? Well, I mean, if the taxpayers so feel that the assessors
You're gonna make people
not.
happy anyway. You wanna put it out for bid, put it out for bid.
I'm just asking you, Allison.
I'm done. Well, every, put it on the bill. I don't think it's gonna be any good.
No, you're just gonna end up with another tax assessor doing the same
Yeah,
thing.
if we can find one.
That's a good one.
That's not all, it's fine.
No, we could try and do appease or whatever, but. You're still gonna have to get a tax assessment.
If you put out
It ain't gonna
a
be-
bid for a new tax assessor, does that mean the current tax assessor can put in a different bid and it could cost us more than what we're already paying now?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know if it's legal for that to happen or not.
Does he have a contract with her tax assessor?
Yes.
And
One, it's year.
Sure,
It's year, right.
then he'd have to come up for reapproval anyway.
So,
I understand, Joe Egan, I understand, you know, why you're doing that. There's been some complaints about the assessors. One of the things that I've noticed that happens here, and it's just amazing sometimes, absolutely baffling, is that how many people are we talking about on the complaint? You know, is it 10 people? Is it 1% of the population? I mean, there has to be a legitimate amount of people complaining. I could say if it was 51%. You know, are you just spinning your wheels, number one? Number two, how many certified tax assessors are in the state of Maine?
not many.
Not many, you know, maybe 7, if I were to take a guess, maybe 8. So I think it's a pretty tight-knit group.
It is.
And I would think that, I would doubt that you get any bids on it. Maybe only from, as we just mentioned, maybe only from the tax assessor that's here, it might be for more. But knowing those people, I don't think that they would do that. So again, I could see it if it were a vast majority of people complaining, but it's not. So I think you'd be spinning your wheels.
Thank you.
I agree.
I do.
A lot of people in Maine were having this issue.
Everybody.
The whole state is,
When
the
every.
whole country is really.
Yeah, it's still-
There's people everywhere. Cancel that.
What's that? Yeah. The assessor's computer, and we're still running an issue with Michelle's, yeah. Lynn, did we get a number on the computer for the assessors?
I didn't even send it out to them yet,
Okay,
because
we're gonna look.
it's around $1,000. That's what the other ones were, so I'm gonna say that it's probably around 1,000.
Okay, we got 2,200 and change in the computer line, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we expend up to 1,500 for the replacement of the assessing department's computer. It will not accept the Windows 11 update, so Trio will be unusable. And that'll come out of the computer line, replacement line. Is there a second?
Yes.
All in favor? Perfect.
Yes.
If the Michelle's computer, we got it.
Mhm.
It's just getting it hooked up and networked. We're gonna start looking for somebody else, because Northledge sucks. Absolutely sucks,
Mhm.
so. Town of Conway, potential regional impact. To create 3 land condominium units and construct 52 residential dwelling units, Ledgewood Road, North Conway. Yeah. I got it, boys. Okay. Northledge. No. Glenn.
Mhm. Okay,
Okay, liquor license application renewal for the back burner. Oh, no, Stone Mountain Arts Center. It's just a renewal. This is courtesy for us. Guys, good?
Good.
Okay. Androscoggin Valley Regional Refuse Disposal District. Um, So this is going to be. New Hampshire state budget requires starting January 26th, customers who dispose of solid waste at a permitted New Hampshire solid waste landfill, waste to energy facility, or incinerator pay a disposal surcharge of $3.50 per ton of solid waste. So that's gonna go on top, so we're at what, $3.50 per ton. So that brings us to what, $100.50. I thought we were at 97.
What's that? That would be carbureted, right?
Yeah, this is carbon. So carbon.
They they were like
Yeah.
$8 a ton, so that would be just like $8.50 more. Yeah, so it's not much.
No, waste energy facility pay disposal surcharge. So the New Hampshire state budget required it. Oh. Yeah. So, okay. All right, I got that MMA health insurance, 9% increase across the board.
That was 9%, you said?
9%. I'll bring that paper up. Yeah, I thought I put it chocolate. I'll bring it up. They sent it with my name on it, so I'll bring it up again to you. Because it lists all the different programs and stuff and what the increase would be.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Okay, dated November 17th to May 21, 2 properties were auctioned off. The proceeds should have been applied to the past due taxes before being recorded in the sales of assets account. Proof of the funds hitting the sale of assets R504313 account is attached. To fix this issues, the taxes need to be written off and must be approved by the Board of Selectmen. The total amount of the write-off will be $32,709.91, which will affect the balance of the general fund account G1 G1-1000-00. So I'll make that motion. When it wasn't credited correctly. Oh, when the auction happens. The money on the wrong spots. Nice. So. So yeah, we're gonna vote. Wait a second. I thought I was looking at it. A second. Any more discussion? No. All in favor? Perfect. Can I sign it now? Yep. When you said, do we have a choice? Not really. Okay, we had a communication form, 11-9. Upset that the roads were not treated for the snow in Brownfield when Conway did it immediately. Thinks that with taxes going up, this should not be happening and that it's ridiculous. People can get killed. Public Works is not doing their job. Well, I disagree. Public Works is doing their job. It had Public Works did, the Public Works Director did answer this. We do not pre-treat the road like New Hampshire does, never have. And Public Works goes out sanding, slush and sanding. I did see Cliff in the 550. They were out. They'll come up the roads.
You don't have a lot of heavy traffic on your road, pre-treating is useless, it's a waste of material. That's all it is. You don't have the traffic to work that salt back and forth. And get it working on a blind created, it's just gonna sit there and turn to blue ice. And that's gonna be about that.
That's a spring. That bid be in the front of the correspondence folder, so we can hang on it till we find out what's going on
Okay,
with the repair.
sounds good.
Okay. Excuse. Do you have anything?
Neither.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Floor's open. Yes.
Where you disbanded or dissolved the playground committees and you're gonna see it in person.
Yeah, we should, yeah. I make a motion to disband the truck committee.
Okay.
All in favor?
Yeah.
They did a good job.
Thank you.
Very good job. Check.
I have a few things. I was disappointed to see that the truck got shot down. And I just heard you talking about, it sounded like costs, that had to do with trash. And, once the select board gets that ironed out with all the entities that are involved as far as who we're gonna have to pay, I would appreciate it if the select board would present to the public that difference in cost of what it could have been and what it actually is gonna be. And if those numbers turn out to be higher for keeping things as they are, using the different corporations that we are for trash removal, I'd like to see the truck put back on the annual town meeting warrants.
I will not.
Second.
I will not.
No.
I won't do it. And I appreciate it. Okay, I truly do. All right. I got beat up because it was brought back and I'm supposedly shoving it down the taxpayers' throats. Well, folks, if your ass would have been at the town meeting, taxpayers asked me to put it on the ballot to revisit it. So I did exactly what the taxpayers asked me to do. And what do?
Pitchforks.
One, they don't know what they're talking about. And then, oh no, they're just trying to shove it at us. No, I won't revisit it again. Taxpayers voted. I respect that. I'm here to enforce that. I won't revisit it again for the simple fact that it's going to be the same thing. Oh, well, they didn't like that, so they're just going to shove it down our throat until they get their way. Nope, not at all. I don't care. I really don't. The majority spoke. It's what's good for the tribe, not the individual. Great. Hang on, tribe, because it's going to get pricey.
Understand that, and I can empathize with that entirely. The other thing I want to bring up tonight was during, let's say, the past, I'm gonna just say 8 select board meetings. You all know that it's more. We've heard complaints, and you name it, from the select board, things getting shut down people's throats. Like, why do we need this now? Like, we have too many volunteers, we have too many committees, like so forth and so on. And I just want to say, and I'm speaking for myself and Terry, how much we appreciate what goes on in this town by the people who do it. And that's the 3 of you, Dickie, Lynn, Chad, who is the chairperson of the playground committee, Cindy, who's sitting right there, Bill Flynn, safety officer, all the people that make this town work. You do a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just need to correct on one thing. I was not the chair on the playground committee. Michelle Day was the chair.
You're a chair on the truck.
I was put her on the truck.
You truck.
You too, Chair.
I
Good, yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to make it clear that Michelle Day was the chair.
Yes, sir.
One last thing. Since this was brought up at a select board meeting by a member of the audience about 6 months ago, I want an answer on it. I want some clarification, but I have to direct it to somebody who's in this audience tonight. Do I have permission to do that?
I'm good, yeah.
Okay.
Politely, no yelling.
Give me a
So
second.
don't listen to Dan.
It was brought up by somebody in the audience. As everybody knows, my wife Terry produces the newsletter, and she has random people, various people in town contribute, different parts of it. And it seems like it's accepted and enjoyed by the majority of people. But was brought up at a meeting that Vinnie Lanavara went to the post office and threw copies of that newsletter in the trash. And I want to know if that's true.
Nope. I didn't throw it in the trash. You mean the latest newsletter?
The latest one. This is going back probably a year and a half.
I didn't throw any in the trash.
Did you do anything with it?
I contacted the postmaster at the time, Lois, and I asked, is it right for anything political to be put on that board? And her statement was, that board shouldn't even exist. It's there as a courtesy because it's always been there. And and this has been brought up at the same meeting, and if anything is on that board that's controversial or anybody complains, the board will be taken down. If the littlest complaint is made. So I didn't make any complaint about the board. I just asked if anything political was to be put on the board. And so people have to be careful what they put on the board, because there's a lot of notices on there that go on there that are helpful for the town, the library, the fire departments, turkey dinner. So, yeah. People have to be careful what they put on the board. I don't keep my stuff on the board. I publish because it doesn't belong there.
Okay, so number one, Terry got permission from Lois to put the newsletters there. So I'll rephrase my question. Did you do anything with those newsletters?
Nope, I haven't done anything with it. I take a copy. Yeah, I read them, I enjoy them. But my only complaint was at the time was one, nothing political should go up there. The other thing was, as the town lawyer said, the town, they shouldn't be using the town's equipment, facilities, or.
That's not part of my question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
No, it's not part of my question. My question is, did you do anything with the newsletters? And number one, I want to clarify, there's never been anything political in those newsletters.
I'm not saying what, I'm saying I asked, well, there were some op-eds, okay? In a newsletter like that, there shouldn't be op-ed opinions. There was an op-ed opinion, and I didn't bring it down because I didn't check to bring it down. Originally, when the newsletter came out about how the annual town meeting is some sort of fantasy, or in the newsletter, I can bring it down, they discriminated against the town meeting in one of the original newsletters, okay? So that is an op-ed. That's not just news.
What about all your crazy articles that you put in the paper with your half truths and?
Yeah, I mean,
bullshit.
I pay for it myself, and I don't.
But that's all right for you to spend half truths and do whatever it is with your art.
It's all right for anybody. It's in the First Amendment. Anybody can do that.
Remember those words right there, because I remember when this all took place, I was sitting right back in my kitchen. And I asked you what your problem was with trying to suppress the free speech of others. And that's essentially is all you were doing.
No, I wasn't suppressing the free speech.
And
I was saying
even more
that
to
the
that.
taxpayer shouldn't be paying for individuals to use the facilities and the supplies of the town. And unless they want to make it available to everybody. If they want me to come in and do a pay, but no, they shouldn't be doing it.
Well, actually, I want to address that because there was those taxpayers just like yourself that come in. And she flat out asked the question, so if I brought in a newsletter, you can show that. Yeah, bring it. Bring it.
Yeah.
That was exactly what she was told. The name is irrelevant, but the taxpayer did that, and bring it forward. Didn't have a problem with it.
Why,
Just like with your point, Vinny.
why did the town stop letting the newsletter use the facilities of the town? Because you contacted the lawyer, and the lawyer said that that they can no longer use the town facilities.
So what's that got to do with the question he asked?
Right. Which question? I mean,
The question if you did anything with the
I
newsletters.
said, no. Think about it, I take one and I read it, I bring it home, I save them. It's a newsletter, it doesn't identify the editor, it doesn't identify the staff. You take the Freiburg Matters newsletter.
Yes, it does. On the back page.
Huh?
It says
No,
it doesn't.
no, they identify contributors, they don't identify responsible.
Oh, so what you're saying
Yeah.
is your personal opinion is because it doesn't, a post doesn't say by, Joe Schmo, then that's incorrect.
No, I'm just.
Then
no,
what's
I'm
the
just saying,
point?
like, that's
No, no, what you just said, Vinny, what you just said was that that's they're not identified. They are in the back. They are. What just pisses me off.
person in charge of responsibility, identify
It
them.
was. The lady would sit in here weekly, dude.
Yeah.
Weekly.
Discussing the newsletter.
And tell us this is what we're doing. This is what we're, and even to the point where we were getting rough drafts. John sat there, Dick sat here. All of us did. We all got those. Every bit of it. And so don't sit there and put out in a public meeting, Vinny, that nobody knew anything. Nothing was identified. Nothing was. You just did.
No, I said in other newsletters, it specifically state who publishes it as the editor and anything else.
Good
Nice news. The contributors, which change occasionally by what article is being written, whether it's the recreational department, whether it's the fire department, they're all contributors, whether it's Jesse on the gravestones, they're contributors, but it's not the staff.
Okay, well, let's do this. All right, let's do this. First and foremost, the town, no tax dollars is expended on the Brownfield newsletter. Non-town affiliated. It's not the town of Brownfield newsletter, it's the Brownfield newsletter. Okay. Regardless of it, I won't speak for my colleagues, but I appreciate that newsletter goes out. There's a lot of good information in it. What people get out of it is, again, that's their personal, what they take from it. I am glad that it's being done. I did 110% support it as a selectman on not one board, but now this would be my third board. I think it was a good thing. So yeah. But here we are.
One squeaky wheel.
Yeah, here we are.
Again.
It is what it is. It's not done by the town, so we got no control over it. Joe and Terry, please move forward with it. Doing an awesome job.
Yeah, and I think they should keep publishing. I offered one time in the selectmen's meeting that I would contribute advertising to it if they wanted to. I mean, when the town newsletter first came out, it said the town of Brownfield newsletter. I commented to the select board that it creates an illusion that the town is publishing it and it is their opinion. So they changed it to Brownfield newsletter.
Yep.
Then with the other board, the board told them they should not be using color ink anymore when they were using the facilities. They stopped using the ink for one publication. As soon as that board changed, it went back to color ink. So, I mean, and it's just the way things went. I like the newsletter. I'm not complaining about the newsletter. My concern was that the town taxpayer shouldn't be paying for individuals' newsletters.
Oh, that's not that much.
So,
Yeah.
No.
I don't know why it's brought up here today. It wasn't on the agenda.
We're not there.
No, let's see. Good. Anybody else? Nope. Last time.
Done.
Good. Yeah, Glenn? Good.
I'm good.
Make a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Thanks, folks. Have a good evening. Keep it under 100.
Always